I'm Dr. Lutsmary, Associate Professor in the Department of Computer Science and Engineering, Rohini College of Engineering Technology. I'm going to take the topic from the subject operating system. To understand the basic concepts of the directory system and allocation method in operating systems. So directory implementation will be in the form of linear list as well as hash table. Linear list of file names with pointer to the data blocks is simple to program, time consuming to execute, linear search time, could keep ordered alphabetically via linked list or B plus tree. Hash table is a linear list with a hash data structure. It decreases directory search time. Collisions. So that is nothing but a collision is that will be a jam. So situations where two files hash to the same location. So only good if entries are fixed size or uses chained over. So allocation method will be contiguous. Contiguous will be continuous. An allocation method refers to how disk blocks are allocated for files. Contiguous allocation, each file occupies a set of contiguous blocks. So best performance in most cases. Simple, only starting location, block number and the length number of blocks are required. Problems include finding space for file, knowing file size, external fragmentation, need for compaction offline or downtime or on. Contiguous allocation will be continuous, mapping from logical to physical. So Q and R directory will be having the file count, starting value, then length, blocks to be accessed is Q plus starting address. Displacement will be into the block will be extent based system. Many newer file systems uses a modified contiguous allocation. A extent is a contiguous allocation of blocks of disk. Extents are allocated for file allocation. A file consists of more extents. File allocation methods is a linked allocation. Each file a linked list of blocks. So what will be the content of this? File ends at nil pointer, no external fragmentation. Each block contain a pointer to the next block, no compaction, external fragmentation, free space management system call when new block is needed. It improves efficiency by clustering blocks into groups but increases internal fragmentation. So internal fragmentation, reliability can be a problem. Allocation table is blocks can take many input output variation. Devices beginning of volume has table. So indexed by block number, much like a linked list, but faster on disk and catchable. New block allocation. Linked allocation, each file is a linked list of disk blocks. Blocks may be scattered anywhere on the disk. Block is equal to pointer. So mapping will be LA bar 5, 11, Q to R. So displacement to the block will be R1. So linked allocation. So one is 16 is linked to 1, 1 is linked to 6. So file start will be G, start at 9, end with 25. File allocation table will be having the directory entry name along with the start block. The number of blocks will be -1. Allocation method is a sequential. Linked allocation. Next is indexed allocation. Each file has its own indexed blocks of pointer to its data blocks. So logical view. So index to a table. Example of indexed allocation. Directory will be the file index block. Will be having Jeep 9. Indexed allocation, need index table. It is not doing sequential access, it's a random access. Dynamic access without external fragmentation but has the overhead of index block. Mapping from logical to physical in a file of maximum size of 256K bytes and block size of 12 bytes. Q is the displacement into index table, R is the displacement into block. So mapping from logical to physical in a file of unbounded length. Linked scheme, linked blocks of index table, no limit on size. So Q1 blocks of index table, R1 is used as follows: Q1 R1, Q2 B2. So displacement into block of index table, R2 is the displacement into block of file. It continues. Outer table, index table, you may have index table to an index. Combined scheme, UNIX UFS. Mode, then owners, the timestamp, size of the block count, then directory blocks to data, single indirect, double indirect, double indirect data. So more index blocks can be accessed within a 32-bit pointer. Performance, the best method depends upon which file access method will be using. Contiguous is greater for sequential. and random. Linked good for sequential, not for random. So declare success type at creation, select either contiguous or link. Indexing is more complex because single block access could require two index block reads than the data block read. Clustering can help improve throughput, reduces the overhead. So the Intel core, so everything is given. So the 256 IOPS per second, divided by 250 and divided by 6%. So possible questions are: what are the various disk allocation space methods? Explain in detail. Discuss in detail about file allocation methods. What are the possible structures in a directory? Discuss them in detail. So thank you. Thanks for your patience listening.